Hello, everyone. Today, we're tackling one of the most debated questions of our time. Is America rising or falling? Will the United States maintain its position as a global superpower, or are we witnessing the decline of an empire? This isn't just an academic question. The answer affects global economics, international security, technological innovation, and the lives of billions of people worldwide. So let's examine both sides with facts, not emotions. Let's start with the pessimistic view. Those who see American decline point to several troubling trends. Political dysfunction. American democracy appears increasingly paralyzed. Political polarization has reached levels not seen since the Civil War era. Congress struggles to pass basic legislation. Trust in institutions has collapsed. The January 6th Capitol riot shocked the world. Many wonder, can a divided House stand? Economic concerns. While still the world's largest economy, America faces mounting challenges. The national debt exceeds $35 trillion. Infrastructure crumbles while other nations build gleaming new systems. Manufacturing has hollowed out. Income inequality rivals the Gilded Age. The middle class, once America's strength, feels squeezed and anxious. Educational decline. American students lag behind peers in math and science. The cost of college has skyrocketed, leaving graduates with crushing debt. Meanwhile, China graduates more STEM students annually than America has STEM students total. Social fractures, racial tensions, cultural wars, and a widening urban-rural divide threaten social cohesion. Life expectancy has actually decreased in recent years, driven by deaths of despair, suicides, drug overdoses, and alcoholism. This is unprecedented for a developed nation in peacetime. Global competition. China's rise presents the most serious challenge to American dominance since the Soviet Union. China is now the world's largest trading nation, a leader in 5G technology, artificial intelligence, and renewable energy. The Belt and Road Initiative extends Chinese influence across continents. History shows us that empires do fall. Rome, Britain, the Soviet Union all seemed invincible until they weren't. Are we witnessing American twilight? But wait, before we write America's obituary, let's examine the other side. Those who see continued American strength make compelling arguments too. Economic power. The U.S. economy remains extraordinarily dynamic. It's worth over $27 trillion, larger than China, Japan, and Germany combined. American companies dominate global markets: Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, Nvidia. 7 of the world's 10 most valuable companies are American. The dollar remains the world's reserve currency, giving America unique financial leverage. Technological leadership. America still leads in the technologies that matter most for the future. Artificial intelligence, biotechnology, quantum computing, space exploration. American companies and universities are at the forefront. Silicon Valley has no rival. The recent AI boom, led by American firms, showcases this continued innovation edge. Military superiority. The U.S. military budget exceeds the next 10 countries combined. America has 11 aircraft carriers. China has 3. U.S. military technology remains a generation ahead of competitors. America's alliance network, NATO, partnerships in Asia, multiplies this power. No nation can project power globally like the United States. Demographic advantage. Unlike China, Japan, and Europe, America has favorable demographics. Immigration keeps the population young and growing. This matters enormously for long-term economic vitality. America's diversity, once seen as a weakness, may be its secret weapon, attracting talent worldwide. Institutional resilience. Yes, American institutions are stressed, but they've survived worse. The Civil War killed 600,000 Americans. The Great Depression devastated the economy. Watergate shook democracy. America reformed and emerged stronger each time. The system has self-correcting mechanisms that authoritarian rivals lack. Innovation culture. America's greatest strength may be intangible, a culture that celebrates entrepreneurship, rewards risk-taking, and tolerates failure. This creative destruction drives progress. When was the last time a truly innovative company emerged from China or Russia or Europe at the scale of an Apple or Google? Energy independence. Thanks to the shale revolution, America is now energy independent. This is a massive geopolitical advantage that removes historical vulnerabilities. So, who's right? Perhaps both and neither. History suggests that national trajectories aren't simple lines, they're complex curves with peaks and valleys. The multipolarity reality. We're moving from American unipolarity to a multipolar world. This doesn't mean American decline, it means other powers are rising. China will grow, so will India. The EU remains formidable. But rising powers don't automatically mean America falls. Britain lost its empire, but remains influential and prosperous. Relative versus absolute. America's share of global GDP will decrease as other nations develop. This is mathematical inevitability, but absolute American power and prosperity can still grow. A smaller slice of a much bigger pie can still be enormous. The choice factor. Here's the crucial point. America's future isn't predetermined. Unlike empires constrained by geography, resources, or demographics, America's fate largely depends on choices. Will Americans invest in infrastructure, reform education, address inequality, reduce polarization, innovate in clean energy? These are policy choices, not inevitable destinies. The challenges ahead. Several issues will determine America's trajectory. Can America maintain technological leadership in AI and quantum computing? Can it compete with China without falling into a new Cold War or hot conflict? Can it transition to clean energy while maintaining economic growth? Can Americans find common ground despite their differences? Can institutions adapt to 21st century challenges? Historical perspective. America has reinvented itself repeatedly. The country that emerged from World War II was vastly different from the isolationist nation of the 1930s. The tech-driven economy of today would be unrecognizable to 1970s Americans. This adaptability is America's superpower. So, rise or fall? The honest answer is, it depends. America retains extraordinary advantages: economic dynamism, technological innovation, military power, demographic vitality, and institutional resilience. These aren't small things, they're the foundations of continued influence and prosperity. But America also faces serious challenges: political dysfunction, social division, rising debt, and a formidable Chinese competitor. These aren't trivial either. Left unaddressed, they could undermine American strength. The future isn't written. Rome fell because it couldn't adapt to changing circumstances. Britain managed its decline gracefully and remains influential. The Soviet Union collapsed catastrophically. Which path will America take? I believe the pessimists underestimate American resilience and the optimists overestimate the challenges. The truth is more nuanced. America will likely remain a leading power, but in a more competitive, multipolar world. Not Rome at its height, but not Rome's fall either. The question isn't really rise or fall, but rather what kind of America and what role in what kind of world. That depends on choices Americans make today about investment, innovation, education, social cohesion, and global engagement. One thing is certain: the American story isn't over. The next chapter is being written right now. Whether it's a story of renewal or decline depends not on destiny, but on decisions.